Hey everyone, how's it going? Well, we've done adding and subtracting rational numbers, we've multiplied rational numbers, and now we're on to dividing. We've had some practice with this. We're going to get some more because we're going to have a unit review soon enough. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do when dividing rational numbers is we have some integer rules for dividing that we need to take care of. So when a positive divided by a positive is a positive. Alright. And then if we go a positive divided by a negative, we get a negative. If we have a negative divided by a negative, well, we get a positive. And finally, if a negative is divided by a positive, we get a negative. All right, so those are our integer rules for dividing. Now we're going to talk about some fraction rules for dividing. Now the key is we're not allowed mixed fractions, so no mixed fractions. And that's like me yelling, no mixed fractions, yay! We need to change, and this is the next bit, change our sign.
Igor Pavlina, please report to room 227. Igor Pavlina, please return to room 227.
Change our sign from division to multiplication and use the reciprocal of our fraction. Well, what does reciprocal mean? Well, let's just do a quick little example here. And if we go 1 over 2 divided by 3 over 5, well, what that is going to give us is actually 1 over 2 times 5 over 3. See how we flipped our fraction and we changed our sign to a multiplication. Now, we do the exact same thing that we've been doing. 1 times 5 is 5. 2 times 3 is 6, and our fraction is 5 over 6. All right, let's do some examples. All right, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to determine the sign. So negative divided by a positive, and our answer is going to be negative. And then we're going to do our math. So we've got negative 5 over 8 divided by 3 over 4. Well, we're going to negative 5 over 8 times, we change our sign, and then we have 4 over 3. And that's our reciprocal. Now, we can cross cancel. So we say to ourselves, how many times does 4 go into 4? Well, it goes in once. How many times does 4 go into 8? Twice. Now we're going to go across, and we go negative 5 times 1 is negative 5. And 2 times 3 is 6. All right. Let's go to that next one. We have negative 4 and 1/5 divided by negative 3 and 1/3. Two negatives make a positive. And we're going to get these into improper fractions by going 4 times 5 is 20 plus 1, so we get 21 over 5, and that's negative. And we're going to switch our sign. Actually, we're not. Alright, so we're going to go divided by, so 3 times 3 is 9, plus 1 is 10, and we get negative 10 over 3. Now we're going to get our negative 21/5, and we're going to switch our sign, and we're going to flip, or use the reciprocal of negative 10 over 3, and we get 3 over 10, and the whole thing is still negative. Now we can't cross cancel any of these. So we're going to go negative 21 times negative 3, and we get positive 63 over 5 times 10 is 50. And we can't reduce that down anymore. That is our answer. All right, let's try this next one. Negative 1.38 divided by 0.6. Well, negative divided by a positive is going to be negative. And so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go 0.6 divided by 1.38. And now we're going to make it easy on ourselves by moving our decimal over. One spot there, and whatever we do, we have to do one side, we do to the other. And we're going to get 6 and 13.8. This is going to make it much easier on ourselves. Okay, we ask ourselves, well, does 6 go into 1? No. Does 6 go into 13? Yes, it does. It goes in twice. Well, 6 times 2 is 12. And then we're going to go 13 minus 12 is 1, and bring our 8 down. Well, how many times does 8 go into 16? Or 6 go into 18, sorry? We get 3. And our decimal is going to go right in there. And it goes in 2.3 times. And our answer is negative 2.3. All right, let's go down. All right, I'd like you to try this one on your own. And let's try this one. It says, determine the missing number in each statement. Well, what do you think we can do to find out what this x is? Well, something divided by negative 2.6 was 9.62. Well, the answer is it going to be positive or negative? Well, it has to be a negative, because negative times a negative equals a positive. All right. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to ask ourselves, what divided by negative 2.6 is 9.62? Well, we can go and do the opposite. So we're going to multiply 9.62 times negative 2.6. That's going to give us 25.012 negative, sorry. So what that says, when we do the opposite of this sign right there, we're going to get the answer. So negative 25.012 divided by negative 2.6 equals 9.62. All right. Next, let's do this last one here. And we have negative 5 and an 8th divided by something equals negative 15th and 5/6. We also need to find this x. So it says negative 5/8 divided by something equals negative 15/56. Well, our answer is going to be positive, because we need negative divided by a positive will still give us that negative. So what we're going to do is we're going to divide negative 5/8 and we're going to divide it by negative 15/56. What's that? That is just like the same as saying 15 divided by 3 equals 5. It's the same as saying 15 divided by 5 equals 3. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through and ask ourselves, well, we need to flip our sign and flip our fraction. Now we can cross cancel. 5 goes into 5 once. 5 goes into 15 3 times. 8 goes into 8 once. And 8 goes into 56 7 times. So we're going to get negative 1 times negative 7 is 7. And 1 times 3 is 3. All right. So our answer is going to be 7/3. Now let's check our answer. Negative 5/8 divided by 7/3 should equal negative 15/56. Now you might say, oh, that doesn't work out. Well, it does, because we have to flip our sign and we get negative 15/56. Bam. Have a good night.